Friday Night Football. Your first and goal coverage with Joel Villanueva is supported by Safeguard Insurance.
Hey, welcome back. The time is ticking with the regular season winding down. Teams are making a push for playoff spots and district titles. In 32-6A, a great race between San Benito and Brownsville Hanna. Both teams 2-0 in district play, but tonight only one of them would get to 3-0. The Hounds hosting the Eagles in our first and goal game of the week. Activate highlights. Here we go from Bobby Morrow Stadium, and we spin it and get in it. First quarter, Victor Campos, the quarterback for Hanna, and he has been making plays all year long. The junior on the run here. The Hounds are there, but the Eagle flying away. The play so exciting, this fan starts to color. Second quarter, field goal blocked by the Hounds. They recover it, and we stay at 7-0. But Hanna comes back later, and Campos up and over the goal line. San Benito did have a touchdown, but it was called back and called off the board. A great defensive effort by the Eagles tonight in a shutout win for Brownsville Hanna. It is 30-0 with the victory. Hanna now in sole possession of first place in 32-6A with only 2 weeks to go. The Wesco East Wildcats 2-0 in District 31-6A. Economides here 1-2. We start the highlights on special teams. Hector Muniz for the Wildcats on the punt return down the sideline, and now he's tapping the turbo. Muniz weaves his way in for a score. Later, the Wildcats on offense, and Josh Gonzalez, nothing fancy here, just following the big guys. Wildcats had a great start, and it's a win for them, 31-6 to final. Lafayette's Lions have won back-to-back district titles. The Lions licking their chops, hoping to make it 3 straight. They won their district opener last week. Lions welcoming Gruya. First drive of the game. The Gators facing a 4th and short, and nothing doing for Dylan Salinas. Lafayette's quarterback Dorian Hernandez is like, hey, I got an idea. How about this, coach? I get the ball, I'll run real fast, and I'll get to the end zone. The coach says, you know what, that might just work, and here it is. Hernandez all the way in for 6. Nifty moves, and it's the Lions on the board 7-0 early. After a 3-and-out from Gruya, Hernandez to his brother, Darius Hernandez. Great execution, and Lafayette clinching a share of their 3rd straight district title. The final score, 49-21. All right, Edinburgh and Weslaco have been mirror images of each other. Both teams 5-1 overall. Both teams 1-1 in district play. But tonight, that would come to an end. The Bobcats and Panthers facing off at Bobby Lackey Stadium. Channel 5's Ruben Juarez live in Weslaco with more on this District 31-6A matchup. What's up, Ruben?
Hey, Joel, like you mentioned, a lot of things in common for both of these teams. Both of these teams like to run the ball a lot. For Edinburgh, it's Harlan Benavides, their main back. He's got close to 1,000 yards this season and 10 touchdowns. Over on the other side, Weslaco relying on their quarterback to run and throw, Jacob Cavazos, with 15 passing touchdowns and 600 rushing yards and 9 touchdowns on the year. But it would be another guy running the ball for the Panthers tonight. Let's go ahead and look at the highlights early on. Edinburgh running the ball, but nothing happening for them. They got tackled inside their own 10. Nothing going on for Edinburgh in the first half. Now, later on, they try to run the ball once again. They get the first down, Benavides, but they would not be able to cash in on that drive. Weslaco now with the ball. They hand it off to Jeremy Coronado. He breaks away from the pack and breaks away from another tackler. They finally take him down inside the 10-yard line. Weslaco now a couple plays later giving it back to Coronado. He says, king me, right down the middle. He gets in for the score. Weslaco taking a 10-0 lead at the half. The Panthers go on to cruise to a 33-7 victory. Dominant second half from Weslaco, so they now take sole possession of 3rd place in the district. Weslaco now having a big game next week against Weslaco East. Both of those teams are very good this season, so next week's Tinaco Bowl should be an impressive matchup for both Weslaco and Weslaco East. That's the story from right here at Bobby Lackey Stadium. Joel, let's send it back to you in the studio.
All right, thank you, Ruben. With the win last night, PSJA moved to 5-0 in District 36A, but the winner of tonight's game between La Jolla and PSJA North would stay on the Bears' heels in second place. We take you out to PSJA Stadium in Far. The Raiders, the home team, Coyotes, the visiting team, and La Jolla starts on the ground. J.R. Rodriguez carries it in for a 9-yard touchdown, in La Jolla with the first points of the game, but North getting tricky here on a 4th down. Raiders fake a punt. Isaiah Rangel to a wide-open Arturo Beltran. Just the return man back for La Jolla, and he can't make the stop. Beltran knots it up at 7-0. But here comes La Jolla now. Eddie Villarreal, the big back, plows his way in. 14-7 La Jolla, but the Raiders, Rangel, making a great play here. The QB calling his no number. This will be a 75-yard touchdown for Rangel. And PSJA North on the victory lane tonight. The Raiders rock the Coyotes 40-14. In Raymondville, the Bearcats in good spirits. They gave Rio Hondo their first loss of the year last week. Could the Bearcats build on that win? Tonight, they were hosting Port Isabel, a team with 3 straight wins. First play for the Bearcats. This guy drank his pre-workout. Marcus Castillo doing some extra squats this week, and he's got the horsepower. Bearcats strike first. Now we got more from Raymondville. This time on the ground, it's Zaravian Armendariz who cuts it back and right down Main Street. Where's the defense there? Bearcats on top 14-0. One more score. Jacob Posas finds his man in the end zone, and this was all Raymondville tonight. The Bearcats blank the Tarpons 48-0. It's been a rare down year for Harlingen. The Cardinals have lost 4 straight entering tonight's game, including their first 2 district games. Harlingen at home against the Falcons from Los Fresnos. Channel 5's Trayson Bragg patrolling the sidelines of the stadium. He's got more on this 32-6A showdown. Trayson?
Hey, Joel. So in tonight's game, we would see 2 teams still fighting to establish themselves in district play. Getting a win tonight would come down to which team's defense would bend but not break. So as always, let's get straight to the action. Both teams were focused on the task at hand early, but it was the Los Fresnos defense that would come up big early in the game. Look at their safety. Lee Trevino snatched that Cardinal ball out of the sky for a red zone interception that would kill the Cardinals series. But their offense would stall and have to settle for a 3-and-out. On the next series, this time their special teams comes up big for the Falcons, but again, with that pump block, but again, their offense would stall. 3-and-out is all they got, but the Cardinals would get moving. Look at quarterback Jaime Galvan galloping down the field like a Shetland pony for that 20-yard gain. And on the next play, he gets the ball to his running back out of the backfield, who slips and dips like an old-school Cadillac, gets the ball down to the 2-yard line, baby. And that's when Galvan decides to snap into a Slim Jim, brother. And that's when he runs the ball in for the game's first score with just under 2 minutes left in the half. Joel, this game was a defensive battle back and forth the entire way, but the Cardinals were able to do what they needed to do to get that first win in district play they needed so badly by a score of 19-0 in Harlingen. Trayson Bragg, Channel 5 Sports.
All right, thank you, Trayson. Now we bring in the newest member of our Channel 5 sports team, Erica Ross. She is striking tonight's district game between Donna and Rio Grande City. The Redskins and Rattlers squaring off at Benny LaPrade Stadium, and Erica's got the update. Erica, welcome to the Valley.
Thank you, Joel. The Valley has treated me well so far. Now, Donna High School is welcoming me for my first and goal appearance. They're also welcoming the RGC Rattlers. Now, both teams entering this matchup on completely different ends of the spectrum. Donna entering the contest after a loss last week to Veterans Memorial, which actually temporarily kicked them out of the top 4 in District 16-5A. RGC, on the other hand, coming into this matchup off of a win. They slither past Porter, and they are expecting to do the same tonight. They're actually predicted to take the W, but these highlights say otherwise because they're all Donna. We're going to jump right into the first quarter tonight. Espinoza with the quarterback keeper for the first touchdown of the night. We're going to give it to Donna 7-0. Now, that's going to bring us up into this next play. as the end of the first quarter quickly approaches. RGC trying to make something work, but Gonzalez gets sacked. He actually gets sacked a plethora of times in the first half. That's going to bring us into the second quarter. Jose Guzman emerging out of nowhere to add 7 more points onto the scoreboard. Rio Grande City almost coming back to take it home. They were actually up at one point 21-17, but Donna is able to hold out to make the final score 23-21 Redskins. That's going to be all from me here. Joelle, I'm going to send it right back to you in the studio.
All right, thank you so much, Erica Ross. Santa Rosa has won 2 straight district games. Their running back, Ryan Mesa here, ran for 405 yards and 3 touchdowns last week. What a performance for that young man. Here they were playing Taft. The Greyhounds fumble Santa Rosa with great field position. And guess who's got the grok? It's the Warriors' workhorse, Mesa, scoring touchdown after touchdown. At last check, Santa Rosa with the win. The Warriors knocking off the Greyhounds 55-36, and Santa Rosa has now won 3 straight district games. It's been a long year for Monte Alto. The Blue Devils 0-5 in district play. Tonight a game up in Hebronville, and here's one of the highlights for Monte Alto. Joseph Cano busting loose for a 76-yard touchdown, but the Blue Devils played from behind the entire night. Hebronville takes a district win, 46-14. Let's get to our first and goal scoreboard and catch you up on the rest of tonight's action. In the fourth quarter, Mission leads Rowe 38-7. PSJA Memorial knocks off Porter 42-26. Over in La Jolla, it was Palmview over Lopez 29-26. Roma tips at Count Chelsea 7-3. In the Mid-Valley, Sherryland over Mercedes 45-7. It was Rio Hondo leading Progresso 56-13 in the third quarter. Lifer gets a win over Mathis 24-21. And in TAPS play, St. Joseph defeating San Antonio Christian 28-13. Also tonight, it was Refugio Oliver Santa Maria 63-7, and Bruni comes up short to La Villa. And the Cardinals doing very well in that district. They win tonight 41-34. One more score to report tonight. It is the Killer Bees home opener and season opener, and the Bees knock off the Bucks 4-0. That's a look at sports.